start this. And we will check our settings. Okay, let's see if we got alerts. Not yet. Just wait for it. Oh, well, it's because it hasn't appeared there yet. Hold on, let's see. Waiting. Excellent connection. Okay, and what do we have here? Okay, and we have an excellent connection. So, let's start this thing. Oh, I didn't select the source. Whoops. Hold on. Did it already start it? Whoa, did they fix that? Hold on, everybody. Well, that can't be right because, hold on. Why does it not? Whoa, it's locked. Oh, there it is. Okay, select live source. Yes, activate. Select source. And is that the same one? Wait. No, it's not the same one. Okay, just checking. Activate. Okay, there's the window for that one. But I don't see... Hold on. I didn't see the other one. So let's check this and make sure this one is working. Oh, that's interesting. Well, that one does not appear to be working. Why? Wait, hold on. Did I select the wrong one? I did. There we go. Okay. So we go to live chat, switch to participants, and switch to participants. Okay, let's verify this is all working. It appears to... Why don't I see the Twitch window? Oh, yes, I do. Okay. So let's do test 1. Make sure I hear the noise. Oh, wait. I didn't select it in the... I did activate it, but I did not select it here. So let's go ahead and go to dashboard. There. Enter. Oh, wrong thing. Enter. Why don't I see anything? I see it. Okay, good. That's 1. So I can close this. And what is this thing doing? Okay, let me go to this one. And let's go to Whoa. Oh, I don't care. Just show me. Come on. Reload this page. I just need to be able to make sure that the actual chat works. Here we go. All right, hold on. This should be chat number 2. So let's say TEST2. And we see test 2, which means I can close this window. All right, just shutting off everything I don't need now. So, okay. This is just me hitting enter on all the different windows I have to enter on the off chance anybody actually shows up, which could happen. That's all the windows. All right, we can close this. Is there anything else I need to close? I started up social stream. Let me make sure I've got notifications. I do have notifications. Let's make sure it's for both channels. 2 seconds. And I've got, yep, Art Foundry. And yep, okay, we're good there. So, oh, I didn't check the too many requests. Okay, I don't know what that's talking about, but whatever. So apparently the Twitch thing is saying there's too many requests. I don't know why. Whatever. Not much I can do about it. Okay. Oh, no. Did I just close this? Yep, I accidentally closed the social. Dang. Yeah. Hold on. I accidentally closed the window. I have to bring it back up. I know it's working. I just have to reseat the thing. My fault. Nope, completely my fault. Can't blame anybody for that but me, but it came back up, so we're good. We're good. I forgot I can't close it. I just have to minimize it. Although they did not fix that. That's okay. All right, so we're good here. So let me make sure I've got the Twitch chat. There it is. And let's do a test of that. Test 3. Oh, I didn't hit the button. Sorry, my fault. I forgot I have to hit the live button. Where is it? Here it is. That's my fault. Okay, there's the beep, but I probably have to re-select it. I sure do. Select. Okay. Okay. And now let me do test 4. All right, well, what do you know? It's finally working. I know Let's View is good, so let's do that. And I'll wait until you can actually see my screen. Absolutely incredible. All right, close all this down. All right, whoa. Oh, geez. I just saw a black screen for a minute. I didn't realize what I was looking at. Okay, so let's see. Wait, I forgot. I did something wrong here. Turn that off. There we go. Where's the... Oh, yeah, the black ridges. I need to do that and that and that. Okay, now I need to turn off the background. I don't need the Adobe logo anymore. I know what I'm doing with that. Okay, so I need to now export this as is. So we'll do a quick export. And we will say save. And then we will come to... Actually, wait a minute. I need to do... I don't think it lets me copy that. Hold on. Let me check something. Hold on. I got to check a setting. Where is it? There it is. Okay. And... Sorry. I forgot I had to do this part of it. So... Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we're good. We're good. Whoa. Why did it... Let's View lost. Did it lose its mind? Why is it not showing the right thing anymore? Huh. That's strange. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out... Not reflector. Why is Let's View not working? This... Hold on a second. Jeez. I'm telling you, it's always something. Really, there's points where I think I should just give up on this because I just seem to have no end of problems. Stop broadcast. All right. Start broadcast. Okay. There we go. Now, I don't know why that did what it did. It was working 2 seconds ago. All right, so let me get back to that window. Now let's try this again. So I'll turn this off. All right, good. Okay, so that's all I was doing was pasting this fruit thing here because I'm going to create... I should get a background on this. Hold on. Okay. Let's make the background a different color, okay? Yeah, we'll just go to kind of an off-white, just a little bit of a grayscale, just so I can see. Okay. Right. So, let me get a drink of water here. Let me think about what I want to do. God, almost 10 minutes in, I've accomplished nothing. Every time. Every time. I may at some point just go back to exporting my time lapses because the reality is nobody shows up for these things anyway. So I feel like this is kind of a waste of everybody's time, especially with the amount of technical hiccups I end up having every time. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so there's the fruit. So I kind of want to... Ooh, that's an interesting halo effect. I didn't even think about that. That's not a bad idea, though. Hold on, let me add the grid here. Do a quick reset so I get a center line. Okay, now. There's the center. Wow, I didn't even think about making a halo out of these things. That's an interesting idea. Didn't even occur to me. That is interesting. Because I was thinking more of having, like, stuff, you know, like, surrounding. But the halo idea is interesting. I have to admit, I kind of like it. I mean, it was an unintentional thing, but it doesn't not work. You know what I mean? It's interesting. All right, now this is the trick. Let's get these spacings right on this. Well, you know what? That's actually a good way to do it. Okay, hold on. That's a good idea. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Boy, the halo thing is... That's really an interesting idea. See, this was more of my core idea, was to just to have the fruit pieces kind of around. Wait, did it not? There's too many layers. Of course there is. Hold on. Let me think about what I want to do here. What group is this? This is the colors. Yeah, this is my problem, is I have too many layers. Even minimizing this, I have too many layers. So let me think about how to do this. Because these are all, yeah, these are all, okay. Oh, boy, this is going to be annoying. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and merge that down. Wait, nope, don't merge that. Merge the wrong ones. Boy. Okay, so this needs to come down. This one needs to go to the top. Then this merges down. Replicate that one. Move that one over. Like that. Okay. Now think for a minute. The problem is I'm going to be out of layers. Again, right? Yeah, too many layers. Okay. Well, what's this? This is the actual sketch. All right, that layer's gone. I need one more layer. So let's do one more of these. I'll merge that down. Move it up. Yeah, this is the problem. I'm going to be dancing around layers here. I mean, there's no escaping where I am here because I just have too many things. So see, the idea was something along the lines of this, where there would be all these surrounding pieces that would form a, I don't know, something. That's really specific. They would form a something. So articulate am I. And then I was thinking that I would do kind of a, yeah, different colors on it. Like make it more like a lime for that one. See? And then maybe for these, I would do kind of an adjustment. Of course, it still has to look like a real fruit. It can't just look completely nuts. But something a little bit different. Just so that the colors aren't all the same either. I don't want them to be... Where's yellow? No, it doesn't really go yellow. It just goes straight to... Well, something like that would work. I think there's a fruit that looks like that on the inside. Yeah, I think that'd be okay. But now, of course, I have the same problem, which is... Oh, wow! No, I have layers. Oh, good. Card break. So I think I lined it up like that. Yes, perfect. Okay, so that's those. Okay. This is strangely compelling doing it like this. Whoa, I heard a thing. Hey, Polar Wildcat. Welcome. How is it going on this fine Monday evening for me? I don't know if it's evening for everybody. Wait, does that not look even? That does not look even. Hold on. That does not look even. So, hold on a minute. Should be like that. That's how it should be. Okay, so yeah, we've got those. Oh, doing the glass effect on this is going to be interesting. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you are not exaggerating. Actually, I really shouldn't. I mean, this Mondays are mix and match. I'll be honest. Some Mondays are fine. This Monday was not bad. But I know not everybody has that feeling. I know lots of people regard Monday with a high degree of dread. So I understand. Okay, so we've got the fruit slices. I feel like, let me do one more like this. But we'll shrink it down quite a bit. I just wonder if I need to link all these, like having something behind them. So it wouldn't quite be like that. It would actually be down here, like that. I don't know. Kind of now I've hit the max layers. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen. Well, the reality is, isn't there a way to combine? No, not like that. Not combine down. Merge mask. I'm not going to change this now. I mean, what it is what it is. So I think with these masks... Where's that mask? Hold on, where is that? Oh yeah, see, I'm not going to get rid of that. So we're going to go ahead and say merge mask. I've now freed myself up 2 layers. so that I can replicate this thing and move it to here. Try to keep this even. Come on, stay even. There we go, there we go. Is that right? No, not far enough. Hold on a minute though. I kind of like that. Let me see where this is. Is that right? No, can't be. It's too far. Hold on. That's it. Got it. Okay, so let's merge those. So merge down. And let's do a bit of a color adjustment on those. I mean, they really don't have to be real colors. They can just be colorful. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm okay with that. Then we'll take the big one again, and we're going to bring it down. We're going to slightly make that smaller. So maybe... I don't want too much of this one showing. So maybe like that. Okay. Of course, this will go down. Right, okay. So basically, I want this to have the stained glass idea thing happening. So I need all these pieces to be, whoa, I don't know what the image just did there. Did not like something I did with that. Okay, let's see, it was about there? Yes, okay. Let's merge that down. And then let's do a color adjustment on that. We'll go in the green direction again. Now what happens if I drop the, that's the way to do it. Leave the brightness, but just drop the opacity down. And probably the same thing for this. Or not opacity, saturation. Drop the saturation. And then it doesn't look quite like the same thing, but it looks somewhat similar. So something like that. Okay. Alright. So now we've got our fruit slices, bizarrely, forming whatever these things are forming. So now what I need to do is create the stained glass effect. Now this is going to be interesting because I haven't done this in a while. So the way that how many layers do I have available? Let's check. Like I said, I haven't done this. I have what? One? I have one layer. I'm going to need more than one. Definitely going to need more than one. So let's go ahead and do a merge mask on that because we know, I mean, at this point, I'm not changing the fundamentals anymore. So anything with a mask at this point. Okay, well, all the masks are done now. What is that? Hold on. That. Are those lines the same size? I think those are the same weight. They're just different. Yeah, these can be merged. Okay, so let's go. That buys me 3. I think that's going to buy me 3 layers. Let's check. Does that buy me 3 layers? It does, which I need at least 2. All right, so now. Okay, so on top of, I'm not going to do it for the actual figure. I'm going to do it, so let's link all this. Let's get those grouped up. That's our fruit slices. Need a layer above that, but underneath everything else, which it is. So let's just do this. Okay. That's odd. Why would I have done that? Oh, I know why. Yes, I know why. This is what? This is the colors, right? So let's rename that to colors. Okay. So we're gonna group that up into line work. There we go. So line work, colors, line work. Well, oh yeah. Well, it's technically, it's close enough. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. So now let's turn off that. Okay. So now we're just dealing with the fruit slices themselves. So what I got to do is I'm going to take, okay, which texture was it? I think, was it abstract? No, it wasn't abstract. It wasn't artistic. Not our airbrushing. I thought it was a texture of some kind. This is getting the move. Well, citrus is good for, I mean, unless you have, some people react, I know, to the, no, it's not that. React to the acid. So as long as you don't have an acid problem, then I would say go for it. because citrus is good for you. What one did I always use for this? I cannot remember now. It wasn't ocean, was it? Oh god, it had to have been huge compared to that. No, it wasn't ocean. Was it water? You know what? I think it was water. Okay. So let's drop water to 50%. I'll know in a minute. Let me see what this does. So if I do this, and this isn't going to make any sense at first, and then I'm going to do liquefy. Oh yeah, this is how I did it. Now I remember. It's been a while, but I'm remembering it now. So I'm creating this glass effect by liquefying the water brush. Now that doesn't look like glass very much right now, but the trick is that once I start cutting it up and moving it into different segments, it starts to take on that kind of warped glass effect. So what I got to do is duplicate that layer, turn one off, take this one. Oh, not hidden. I need the regular layer. There it is. So I would move this one here, right? Now I probably will invert this because I think it might look better as... Yeah, that's probably going to look better. So now, this is what takes forever, okay? So actually, you know what? I'm going to undo the inversion because it's going to make it easier to erase. So now what I got to do is I got to erase large portions of this. Basically anything that's not inside those slices there, right? And I'm going to need so many layers of this that I don't know quite how I'm going to make this work, but I'll figure that out. So for now, actually, you know what? Hold on. I really don't have to go that crazy. I can leave the outer layer there. So, okay. So I'm going to leave the outer rind as is. Erase everything around it, because that rind is still going to differentiate from the inner slices. Okay, so basically, now I come in here. Now, if I was going to go really insane with this, I would differentiate every one of these little cells, but that would take so long that I don't really think that effort is worth it. It would take a very long time to do that. I mean, probably the better part of a week or two. And the effect, once you actually go to actual size, I don't know that it's worth it compared to what I'm going to do, which will still give you the differentiation effect. You'll still see it. It's just going to not be as granular as all that. But if I really wanted to be a lunatic, I could. However, I don't feel like being a lunatic, because I don't think it's going to be worth the amount of effort involved once you actually see it at actual size. Of course, zoomed in, you'd appreciate it. You would see it this close. But you're never going to look at the image really outside of these streams. You're never going to see this image this close. It's not intended to be viewed that close up. So I don't think it's worth all that effort. But I will show you what I'm going to do here, since I do have an extra layer still. Alright, so we just smooth this out. Gotta be slightly careful how I'm doing this so I don't go... Nope, I just did it. I just went in. Gotta stay on the outer edge of this, like that. Alright. But you can kind of see the idea of the glass effect already is there with the warped interiors of what stained glass kind of can look like. Certain types of glass. I mean, it's a fake effect. It's not real, obviously. Okay, so now what I gotta do is... Okay. Let's duplicate this layer. Turn it off. Well, actually, I should say I'm going to do a flip on it. So that would be flip horizontal. No, that's the canvas. And I want to flip it. That's what I want to flip. Flip. It doesn't work that way. Wait. Why is it got stuff out there? Oh, hold on. There must have been just a bit. Yeah, there's just a bit of something out here. So let me erase that. There we go. Now it's a tight thing. Okay. So let's erase that one because that one's got that there. And now if I do a flip, perfect. And we'll do a rotate, sure. Turn one of them off, go back to the other one. Now on this one, drop that way down. Okay, now we're going to go to the smaller eraser. And what I need to do is erase in between all of this. Now, this would be a lot faster if I did it in Photoshop. But, actually, you know what? Huh. I wonder if I should just do it in Photoshop and let you see how it works. You know what? Why not? Let's do it in Photoshop. Okay, so let me do a quick... hold on. I'm going to have to change programs here, so hold on. All right, just a second. So let me do a quick switch over. 2 seconds, please. All right, let's do this. Let me get Photoshop booted up here. All right. Just a second. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It is going to be a lot faster doing it this way. I mean, it is. Okay, so let's move that over. All right, and hold on. Let me get Photoshop booted up, and let's get this image imported. Open. Okay, now let me go back to. Sorry, I just have to build a new source because I haven't done this before. So this would be. Is it? I believe it would be screen capture. And we'll say Photoshop. Wow, that's bad spelling of Photoshop. Photoshop. Make source visible. Now it'll be an application capture. A Photoshop, there it is. Okay, it's very, very badly sized. Hold on a minute. I need to put it down here. There we are. And then I need to correct the size of it. Because, boy, is it way too big for this. It would be transform, fit the screen probably. Okay, let's turn this off. Oh, okay. No, it's fit enough. You can see what's going on with it. Okay, so hold on. Let me just turn this back off for the moment. All right. All right. You can see this. Good. Let me close this right now because I don't need this. So no point in leaving the iPad sitting there doing that. Okay. So we would zoom in here. Now, of course, in here I have unlimited layers because now I'm on a computer, so no layer limitation the way there would have been before, but still. I might actually take advantage of that. So now what I have to do is I have to come to the citrus fruit, which would be under line work, would not be the head, or the cloak, or the flowers. Actually, didn't I put those? Yeah, here it is. Here we go. So actually we can, line work is completely irrelevant to this. Now let's turn this off for a minute, and what we need to do is come in here, and on the large one, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to select this, and that. Oh good, it did select it, and I need to grow this just a bit to make sure it goes into, I'll do 2 pixels, goes into those black layers, like that. See that? Well, you can't really see it, but all right, so what I've done is now back to this layer, okay? And on this one, I'm going to delete. And as you can see now, see the glass effect is only on that outer rind. And of course, now I can invert it so you can see what I'm talking about, because it won't be black. Black is very specific where you want to use black glass, but something like that makes a lot more sense. Now, the only thing I just noticed is I do need to select this. Yeah, and then same thing. Let's modify that, expand it by 2 pixels. Come back to here and delete that. And that only leaves the center, right? Oh, and hold on, why did it not, oh, well, it really doesn't, no, it does matter. Why does it, oh, because of the black lines. Yeah, I didn't think about the black lines. That's going to be a challenge. That is going to be a challenge. Hold on. Let me think about how to handle this. Because what I need... Okay. All right, that's not bad. If I come here and delete that... Okay. Still left a little in here, which is interesting to me. Why did it leave that? Oh, it doesn't select that. Okay. Well, that's not a huge deal. It just means I have to do it basically manually, but it's doable. I guess the tolerance must not be enough for it to come in. No, don't delete that. Delete this. There you go. Yeah, interesting. All right, so anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. Right, so, okay. You see how all this is. Now, there's a couple ways to approach this. Let's invert it back because it's easier to see it like this. So if I do an invert back, I mean, I could still leave it as black. I probably would do something like, ooh, that's nice looking. That looks like it's the color of the orange. I kind of like that. You see, there's different effects. Pardon me, sorry. To play with here. Maybe multiply. Probably would be the overlay. Overlay is nice. Now, actually, hold on. That's a good point. Now, if I invert it and I do the color effects, let's see what it looks like. See, there's all kinds of stuff you can play with in this. There's lots of different ways this could go. But I don't know anything's going to be better than that overlay. All right, that's potentially interesting for some of the other slice colors. Not this one, though. No. Nah. No, it's gonna be overlay, but it's gonna be overlay on the black layer. Like that. I think. Ooh, boy, that's a tough... No, I like it the other way. Redo invert. It's subtle, but it's there. You can see it. It's a subtle effect. Right, so now, this one, let's go ahead and duplicate that layer and knock that out. So this, if you look, it's different. The lines go in a different direction. Now, there's a couple of ways to handle this. Now, if I really want to be nuts, which I'm probably going to be, I would come to this and I would actually stagger. Oh, whoops. Oh, man, it's going to select the whole thing. Oh, that's the problem with this, is it's not selecting inside the lines. Oh, man. You know what? I'm not going to be this crazy because this will take me forever. So what I want to do is select this, and then I want to grow that slightly, or expand it in this case. Expand it by 2 pixels so it goes inside. Now I come to here, right? And I would do a select inverse, right? And that will select everything outside of there. So now if I hit delete, all that's left is what's in there, right? And you can see that those lines go in different directions. So it looks like this whole piece is a different piece of glass. And here again, let's see. This we probably want to invert because there's no real color. I mean, there is a color, but it's not, no, not posterize. Let's do an invert on that. Let's invert that. And then let's take a look at some different effects because I wouldn't mind it having some depth to it, but man, there's not much that's going to happen there. It's too light. It's too light, so it has to stay black. Let's invert it, and let's see what we can do here. Just don't know if I'm going to have a lot of options with this because it's such a light color. I mean, that's not bad, but it's so hard to see it. I would have liked something a little bit. Well, let me look at the overlay again. That's not terrible. I mean, you can see it. It's just, see how subtle that is? I mean, if you back that off to, I mean, that's 100%, but if you put it like that, you can barely see that. See, that's the trick with this. Now, let's go ahead and do a quick rotate on here of, let's say, 90 degrees. There we are. Duplicate that again. Turn it off. Now what I need is just the inside part of the rind or whatever it is. So just this. So we do a quick modify expand, 2 pixel. We do a select inverse, come here, delete, and now all we have is that part. See? And again, if we do an invert on it, I wonder if I need to do a color overlay to make this more impactful. Ah, see? That's... All right, hold on. Let's do this really quick. Let's do a quick... Let me turn this off. Do a quick color sample of that right there. Now, turn it back on. Let's do a color overlay of this color here. Well, I guess I would need to make it darker. Ah, yes. See, something like that. Something like this. Right? And then if I do play around with some effects on this thing. Oh, I guess I would have to rasterize the layer style, and then I can play around with the effects. See, like that? And see what it does. See, these patterns are different. What don't look like they're all the same thing. And so you're creating this fake effect of different panels of glass. And that's what I'm going for. So that will work. Now the only thing I need to do is, let me do a color overlay on this guy. See what it looks like. Will be lighter. See, yeah, that's better. Because now you're getting a little bit more of a, you can see it a little better. Yeah, that's it. Now, where's this one? That's this one. Now, what if I do an overlay on this thing of, I don't know, like a bright red or something? Ah, see? It's good. Now, what if I invert this? Ah, okay. I'm getting somewhere now. Hold on. So I would, ooh. No, that's compelling. Something like that. See? Because now you still have the kind of the color happening, but it also has that swirl to it. So you're not, it's kind of in between places. But I like it. It's got this interesting look to it. See, and then if you put the, yeah, interesting. Interesting. That could work. That could work. I'm trying to think my way through this. Yeah, you know what? Actually, since I'm in here anyway, I feel like this... Is that this here? Oh, well, there's more than one apparently. I feel like this needs a bit of a border. So if I can do a stroke effect on it. Okay, not white though. We want to do it black. We would like it to look like everything else. It should match. Okay, and then probably the same thing here. Just to... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's probably good, but I have to erase those parts I realize I missed there. See how the stroke revealed that I missed a couple things? Where is that? Whoa. Where is that? I don't even know what that's... What is that even heading? Oh, you know why? I bet you it's here. Yeah, that's why. I was erasing nothing because there was nothing there. There we go. Yeah, that's one thing that the stroke effect will do for you. It will actually reveal where you've missed things. So that's good and bad. Oh, luckily I didn't do too bad here. It's actually all right. Usually my stroke effect shows a lot more defects. Oh, well, actually, look at that. See it? See how it shows that? Because my lines weren't clean. It didn't matter before because there was no stroke involved. It matters now because now there is. So I have to clean these lines up. Yeah, these are the things that, you know, until you start applying effects, you don't really notice it. But then once you do, it becomes very evident that you missed something. Not a big deal. I mean, it's as easy as this to clean it. It's not hard. It's just a thing you have to do. Oh, wait, is that the wrong? Yep, I was on the wrong layer. There we go. See? That's all it is. Not hard. It's just you have to do it. But like I said, on the iPad, when I was doing the line work, I didn't see any of this because I wasn't doing a stroke effect. But since the stroke outlines any lines that it sees, any of the defects are going to show up. So you will be forced, in many ways, to clean up your work, which isn't a bad thing. Is there a stroke here too? Wait, no, I was just trying to turn it off. Oh boy, I gotta clean that up too. So actually I did need to clean those lines, so that was not a waste of time. I'll clean it anyway. There we go. Where does it look? It looks kind of off to me. Did I not go in far? I guess I didn't go in far enough. Gotta go in further. Okay, hold on. Oh man, really? How far in do I have to go on this thing? Yeah, see, you can still see that's a little blobby. Let's turn off the cloak lines. And then let's look at this. Ah, that's why. Yeah, look at that. All the little things get revealed when you're doing this type of stuff. Okay. That's fine, I think. Check over here. Oh, that's not bad. Those are okay. Those are okay. All right, so let's turn the cloak back on, because that covers that up anyway. All right, we're good. You could go crazy with this stuff. You really could. You could drive yourself right out of your mind doing all this. But luckily, it's not that bad. This is really not that bad compared to some of the things I've done. Okay, so let's close that, or hide that, I should say. Okay, so we missed one spot, which you may have already noticed, which is this little tiny center point right in here. There's nothing there. So we are going to have to clean that up. No. Okay, and let me see how, let me zoom in on that really quick. Okay, so let's do a select, modify, expand by 2 pixels. Oh, beautiful, dead center. That's what we want. So we do an inverse, open this, delete, and now as you can see, hopefully, see the swirls do not follow the same pattern? That's what you want. Then it looks like these are different slabs of glass. It's exactly what we want. So now we're going to do a color overlay of this color right here. And, oh, I probably have to do an invert. Hold on a minute. This is this, right? Yes. Let's do a quick invert. Color overlay. Wait a minute. Why did it do that? Oh, I know why. I wasn't supposed to invert it. Sorry. I undo the invert. Okay. No, wait. I was. Hold on. How did I... Oh, overlay. There it is. Got it. Just, I couldn't remember how I did it. I remember. All right, let's go ahead and rasterize that out. Whoa. Why did it do that? Hold on. Convert to smart. No, you don't want to convert. Why? Why is it doing... Oh. Go to normal. All right, let's strip the layer style. I know, I shouldn't have to do that. That's odd. Why if I rasterize that and then I do the overlay? Okay, there, I got it. That's it. Just gotta get my steps right. Okay, so there we go. All right, now this one is which one? So if I rasterize this, what do I get? Nope, that's not gonna work. So I have to go to... No, that's not gonna work either. Oh, what do I have to do? Go to normal, rasterize, then go to overlay? I don't know, it looks like it didn't... Yeah, it's cutting the... How do I... Let me collapse all groups. Lock layers, hide layers. It's interesting that convert to smart object does that though. Let me undo that. Let me go to normal. if I incorporate the layer style. Wait. Let me do an invert. Hold on a second. But invert's going to show the edges, yeah? Yeah, no, we don't want that. Okay. This is the trick. It's on normal. Color overlay. What happens if I do normal there? Interesting. Hold on. Rasterize. No, we don't want that. So it's not that. I wonder if I need to change. There we go. That's the way to do it. Just directly color it. And then if I rasterize it, it should stay. And it did. Okay. So go to normal. Oh, wow. Wait, where is that? Why am I not even seeing? What happens if I rasterize it? Okay, that one stayed, so go figure, right? Okay, so that one's done. Where are we time-wise here? Wow. Yeah, geez, this takes a while. See what I mean? Normally I would have done it all by hand, and that would have taken 8 times as long. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? Because, man, the difference between looking at my computer monitor and looking at my iPad on my eyes is quite different. So I think, yeah, I think that's going to look good. I think that will look good once it's done. Just trying to look at it here. Yeah, I kind of like the fruit halo, whatever is going on with this thing. It's interesting. Sorry, I'm just looking at it, just trying to kind of game out where it's going to look eventually. I may end up giving that creature a glow once I'm done, just to make it pop off that background a little bit better. I don't know yet. There's a couple ways I may handle this. I'm not going to do anything now, I'm just looking at it, but it is definitely getting where I want it to go. It's getting there. So, let me save what I've done so I don't lose any of my work. Okay. Yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. Some of this I just have to kind of work out in my head, but I think at this point I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close. I started a little later than I intended to, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, wow. I went almost this whole time and didn't yawn. That's something. Hooray. So, yeah, we'll continue with this. Keep working on it, but I like where it's going. I think it's going in an interesting direction, so that's a plus. On that note, everybody, yeah, I'm actually glad I'm going to do it in Photoshop. I'll probably just continue working on it in Photoshop and not doing it by hand because it would take so long because of all those little areas to get into. It would just be nuts to do it for that long. Again, the primary issue is it would not be what you would see for all the work would just not be worth it. It really wouldn't. So, yeah, so I think this is the smarter approach. Oh, now I'm going like crazy, so I picked the right time to stop. Sorry. Well, anyway. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by. Polar Wildcat, thank you for being here. Appreciate you coming by. And for anybody else who may be watching this later, that's fine. I don't mind whether people watch live or later. I tend to think most people, if they watch it all, are watching later. I know I'm terrible about live stream attendance. So, yeah, thanks for coming by, Polar Wildcat. I appreciate it. Hopefully this is not just a complete bore as I'm sitting here trying to think through how I do things. It's just the only way I know how to work. So, everybody else, if you're watching this later, thanks for watching it at all, because I don't really care when people watch it. It's nice when people stop by live, because I get to chat with them a bit. But if you're watching it later because you're not in the right time zone to be able to watch it live, or you just missed it, or you're always kind of 1 hour off, I've been there. There's a couple of shows that I always mean to attend live,
and I almost never manage to do it, which I feel bad about because I'm sure those people, far more than I care about, are looking for live numbers, and I'm the same. I try, and somehow something. There's one in particular. I won't name it. Actually, I will name it. There's one. There's a channel called Techsploder. The individual's name is Jason Howell. He's been in the technology reporting business forever. And I always mean to attend the one stream he does live. I think it's always on Tuesdays. I think it's Tuesdays or Thursday. I can't remember now. It's always the same day and the same time, and I almost always miss it. Sometimes, if I'm lucky, I get to it late, but a lot of times I just miss it, and it's not by intention. I just somehow never get there on time. It really bugs me, and it happens all the time. So that's what I'm saying, is if you're watching this later, it's fine. I don't worry about that stuff. I'm not looking to, monetize on live stream numbers, and it's never going to happen, so I'm not worried about it. So I will leave you with this, as I have been for most of my streams. I try to do it every time, if I remember correctly, is go find a creator that you like and support that person. And support can come in many forms. People tend to think that support has to mean money. Now, if you can afford to donate money to a creator you like, you should. It would probably help them out. Many creators are living, if they can even make a living being a creator, which many can't, but if they are, they're probably right on the edge of not being able to make it sustainable. So anything you can give, I'm sure, would be appreciated. But not everybody's in a position to give money. That's fine. It does not have to take that form. I feel like a lot of people feel like if they're not giving money, then they're not really supporting. And that's just not true. It really isn't. You can reshare that person's work. You can subscribe to their channel if they're on YouTube, or follow them on whatever platform they're on. There's so many platforms now, I don't know all of them by any stretch, but almost all platforms that have some kind of creator presence allow you to follow people or subscribe to their work or whatever term they use. Or if you don't even want to do that, and I understand some people don't want to be subscribing, they're not big on that stuff, take 5 minutes and write that person an email or send them a message or whatever, or post on something saying that you enjoy their work. You never know what type of place creators are in at any given time. There are people who maintain this outward persona of positivity and happiness because that's what they want to project, but they themselves might be going through a hard time. Not everybody shares that stuff. Some people, don't feel comfortable with that. But that's what I mean about, you might end up sending a message that you think is just a normal thank you. And it just so happens when you send it that person really needs to hear something positive. So it doesn't have to be about money. It doesn't have to be about subscriptions. Sometimes it's as simple as just sending a note saying, hey, I really like your work, it brightened my day. Or I really like what you do. Your stuff is awesome. Just something. It doesn't have to be a novel either. 2 or 3 sentences. And you really just don't know what those sentences might mean to somebody. So take the time to do it. It's absolutely worth it. I'm not talking about me. I'm fine. But there are other people who may not be in such a good place. It may not be in doing as well as I am. I am very fortunate. Very fortunate. So take that time, find a creator, and support them in whatever way you can. That being said, thank you so much for coming by, whether you're watching live or watching later. I do appreciate it because I know there's a million channels and there's lots of people that stream for hours and do probably a lot more than I do. So anybody who comes by, I appreciate everything. I'm not looking for big numbers, and I'm not looking for a bunch of money coming in through this stuff. I'm just kind of amazed that anybody shows up at all. So I appreciate all of it. On that note, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And until next time, thanks for being here, and take care. YouTube Polar Wildcat, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night.